Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to the morning briefing here from 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. I get picked on all the time. I say San Pedro, and I got guys saying, why don't you say San Pedro? I say San Pedro, and I got guys saying, why don't you say San Pedro? Well, whatever it is, I'm here, and it's actually being recorded because at this time, you're watching this in the morning. I'm out on the Amigo, and we're whaling on the bluefin and the yellowfin and everything else. We've already got guys that have shown up here early, and we are looking forward to a magnificent trip. It is going to be so much fun. Even if we don't catch a fish, it's going to be a lot of fun. But I gathered up all kinds of facts and information for you that you're going to want to hear because fishing is still really outstanding. Nice fishing going on in a variety of different locations. We're going to get you caught up on that bluefin bite. Those yellowfin along the coast for the full day boats out of San Diego continue to bite, continue to hammer out huge counts. Just talked to Sean Hardigan a moment ago. Up north, Fort Bragg albacore and big eye tuna still on the bite. How can it get any better than that? And of course, local guys. You hear Andy on the Enterprise yesterday saying, yeah, we saw a lot of bluefin tuna, but they're a little too big. I mean, that sounds like an incredible problem to have. It's an absolutely phenomenal year, and I think it's only going to get better as we get that push from the El Nino. We talked to a guy named Brad Phillips who was in this business for many, many years. He's down at Bahia Tortuga, Turtle Bay, and he says there's a lot more coming. Yellowfin and Dorado and so much more. You know what time it is, everybody. Good morning. It's time for the morning briefing. So good and so great to be with you all. I've got a lot to catch you up on as all my notes are falling all over the place here. It's really a lovely evening. I looked at the forecast. I'm sitting here with my friend Mike, and Mike's like, what's the weather going to be like? I go, it's supposed to be good, but let me check. Looks like we're going to have, when it really gets windy, like 8 knots. So it's going to be gorgeous. And the fish are biting, that is for sure. Hey, make sure you like these videos. It means a lot to us. Share them. Tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. And, of course, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment right down there. We would deeply appreciate it if you would do that. Also, don't forget we are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on all those platforms for you also. I was out at the Daiwa factory today, seeing all my buddies from Daiwa. Man, if you're going fishing, nothing but the best. Daiwa 2-speed reels on this grade of fish are essential. Keep that in mind. Also, lobster season right on the horizon. If you go to promarahi.com, put in Friedman10 for a 10% discount. Opsin Fluorocarbon, OpsinUSA.com. You will be able to get an incredible free gift as well as a hug and a kiss from owner Greg Brown. All you got to do is go to OpsinUSA.com, put in FA at checkout, and you'll get that hug and a kiss when you see Greg really, really soon. All right, my friends, let's start you out down across the border, about 70 miles in Ensenada, and talk about what's going on down there for the Pongueros. We have seen some really excellent fishing, but it's, it's dicey. I mean, you've got to find that right kelp patty. You've got to find those yellowfin tuna, but there is a lot pushing up in the offshore scene in Ensenada, which was really a preview for all of us. Has been good for many boats. A lot of that yellowfin marauding up the coast, and sometimes it's as subtle as a tern bird just dipping down at the water. That's the indicator. Those tern birds, as Frank LaPreste told me when I was up in the wheelhouse of the Searcher about 50 years ago. Oh my God, Frank, you're getting old. Yeah, it's me too, actually. Maybe, like 50 years ago. Up in the wheelhouse, he pointed at those birds to me one day. And he goes, those birds don't lie. And he was so right, and it's still true today. Those are indicators that there is something there. Most of the time, it's going to be tuna, and there has been some really outstanding fishing. All right, let me take you to around San Clemente Island. We have several different areas of bluefin and yellowfin right now, but let me take you to San Clemente Island first of all and get you caught up on what's going on there. Patrick Harnjack, he came from Montana. He's a Friedman Adventure family member. He's a great guy, and he's having the time of his life on the American Angler. They got into a bite this morning that was on, I want to say, 50 to 100 plus pound bluefin tuna, some yellowfin mixed in with it, fly lining 40 pound, and just getting their butts kicked on a lot of this fish. He said it was challenging, to say the least. They had steady action for most of the day. And then they made a little bit of a move. They found some fish that were in the 12 to 25 pound class, a little more user friendly, and that was absolutely full speed. In fact, Patrick said, and it's here, about 5 o'clock in the evening, he said, most of the guys are just had it. They're like stretched out in the galley, or they're watching a movie, taking a shower. They've just had it, and they're taking a break. It has been that full speed and that wide open. So really important. That 40 pound has been working really, really well. At night, they're going to get a shot at that tonight. There's been a lot of big fish. Sometimes you get on that 20 to 40 pound bluefin tuna, but other times you're into that 60 to 150 pound plus category BFT, as was the Pegasus. And my dear friend Jacob Barclay from the Pegasus, he said, Phil, we had some 20 to 40 pounders, but the vast majority of the 50 fish we had in our night bite were those big grade 60 to 150 pound bluefin tuna. That is an amazing, amazing bite. And you know what? Pinch me. I think I'm dreaming, because this is incredible fishing. There's no other way to put this. It's good. Several boats out there limiting out. We have talked to boats in the past couple of days. Tribute, New Loan, Pacific Queen, Pacific Dawn. Several other guys limiting out on the bluefin tuna, getting a shot of yellowfin tuna. You go out to Cortez, mate, you got a shot at those big yellows, but it's really not even worth it at this point in time. This bite is good in the daytime, where it's long drifts and a plunker kind of bite. So you've got 4, 5, 6, 7 fish going. You might even go dry for a second, but the guy's metering and sonaring fish. So he's saying, just be patient, change your baits, get a hot bait, fly line it out there with 40 pound, and you're going to have half a chance. Look, sometimes I tell you it's necessary to drop down to 25 pound to get a bite, but you are playing with fire when you're messing with 100 to 150 pound bluefin tuna. You're going to get your clot clean. And the longer you're on them, the more that can go wrong. So that bluefin bite, phenomenal. Mark Paisano Jr. will be taking us out on the Amigo tonight and plunking us right in there. And I have got all the confidence in the world with Mark. He's a great young man, a great captain, wisdom beyond his years, and the crew on the Amigo, it's going to be great. And, I'm on that carnivore diet. Don't forget, subscribe to Walk with Phil on YouTube. Next week, we start daily updates there. Follow me on the carnivore diet. Anyway, the only reason I'm telling you this is because Steve, who's a great guy, just showed up, and he's got these ribeye steaks for me, man. He's got this chopped up ribeye. He said, we're going to get an omelet made out of ribeye. I'm going to have ribeyes coming out of my ears on this trip. And that's exactly what I like. That's going to be fantastic. All right, let's move you into the beach. I talked to Sean Hardigan on the Mission Bell, and he said, Phil, no slowdown on this yellowfin tuna bite. It's been very close to Point Loma, as close as 10 miles in that 25-mile area. It's really good yellowfin tuna fishing with some bluefin mixed up in there. There's also some Dorado mixed up in there. Really big scores today for most all the guys, the San Diego, the Sea-Watch, the Liberty, all those boys with excellent fishing on the yellowfin tuna. Many of those boats, over 100 fish on board the Mission Bell today. They had a fantastic day with 83 yellowfin tuna, 18 bluefin tuna, and 4 Dorado. I should say yesterday, right? So really great fishing. And man, Sean said they are indeed biting the heavy string. He said sometimes you got to drop down to 25. In most cases, it's 40 pound. They're biting it fine. It's really good. The grade of yellowfin on the beach, I want to say the vast majority, 18 to 25, but there are some really big fish that are strewn in there. I mean, some really 40-pound yellowfin, 50-pound yellowfin. This stuff is basically, it's almost in range of the half-day fleet out of San Diego. That's how wild this is starting to get. It's really starting to get incredible. So once again, great fishing down there. I don't know if we're going to play with that fish or not. I know we're pointed toward Clemente tonight, around Clemente. It's not at San Clemente Island, but you can see it off in the distance. We'll be fishing that. And of course, I'll be shooting a video. I'm going to have Mike putting on another big fish. I can't wait to shoot that. I can't wait to shoot all the rest of these guys. Steve, I don't know if you remember him from our Horizon video. He actually has an oxygen tank on his back, and he's not letting that slow him down. he's going to go for it again. He's become a guy that people admire, that they watch that video and they say, man, this guy is not just sitting at home. He's getting up, he's out, he's trying hard, and he's bringing Phil ribeye steak. So that's probably the most important part of the whole thing. So really, really great stuff. We'll see how that night bite goes tonight. The daytime bite sounds fantastic. The volume of fish is absolutely incredible. It's really mind-boggling. And also going tonight, the El Patron. We were out on the El Patron just the other day, and they'll be headed out tonight. There was a guy who's going to be on board there tonight, and he sent me a message saying he jumped out because he saw the advertising here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. And I said, well, you better get over here and have dinner with us because we've got plenty. So I'm looking forward to seeing him also. All right, really good stuff. There is bluefin up there off Dana Point. There is bluefin up there around Newport. There's bluefin in the Channel Islands. There is a huge amount of fish. I'm telling you, it is absolutely incredible what is going on right now. So excellent fishing continuing, and hopefully we're going to see more of it. Channel Islands, one day they get them, one day they don't, but they are running offshore trips on many of the boats, and I'm telling you, they're going to have that light switch pop on one of these days, and it's going to be incredible. Islands, really not all that much to talk about because of the fact that nobody's fishing there. I mean, you have this offshore thing going on that is absolutely phenomenal right now, and most guys are fishing that for sure. So I can tell you that down there at the Coronado Islands, there's a few yellows, good calico bass fishing, good calico fishing at Clemente, a few yellows there at Catalina Island. Boats here out of 22nd Street, like the Pursuit, maybe pick a yellow or two every day, and then they fill up with some rockfish, and there's a chance for some calico bass fishing. You know, we had okay calico bass fishing on the El Patron. In fact, if you stay tuned, I'm going to run that video at the end of the morning briefing so you get an idea of how great the crew on the El Patron was to each and every one of us, and we caught some nice big bass. Will's a great captain. Chauncey on deck, fantastic. Jaime in the galley. It was a lot of fun being on the El Patron, no question about it. Up in the Channel Islands, when they're fishing the islands, it's mostly rockfish, but they've had some really good calico bass hits up there, as well as an occasional yellowtail or exotic, and a few sea bass, but they've been few and far between. We haven't seen all that much sea bass, so hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that, but we're getting late in the year. Those guys are starting to turn their attention to offshore where there's bluefin tuna, and that bite really has the potential to blow sky high. It looks good. The Island Spirit, my friend Cody Rogers, he's been picking away at the bass. He'll be out here this weekend. I would definitely jump on with Cody and the Island Spirit. That is 805-676-3474. You can get on board there and on board the Californian. Kids fish free on Sundays when accompanied by a paid adult 12 years and under. You can go on the old Matt Walsh. The old Matt Walsh now is a Californian. Steve Virtue runs that boat, a good buddy of mine, and Steve knows his stuff really well. In the surf, catching more and more Corvina. That bite has been really good here recently, fishing that 6-pound with a sand crab or a ghost shrimp. Something like that really, really works well. Throwing a chrome crocodile like a 3/4 ounce and winding on it, you'll catch some yellowfin croaker and occasional halibut. And I'm talking about from San Diego up to Bolsa Chica, to up there at Surfside, to up there in the Santa Monica Bay around the Topaz Rock Jetty. We've seen nothing short of outstanding fishing up there for Corvina, and then up into County Line up there near Ventura. Man, there's been some great surf fishing out there. And don't forget your surf fishing headquarters in Southern California. It is, well, it's actually not this way today, but it is Big Fish Bait and Tackle right there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. The great thing is they not only have all the bait and tackle that you need, but they are just situated in a perfect place for you to catch fish. In fact, if you just go down PCH to Anderson Street, where that big tower is, and you park across the street, there's free parking there, you walk out on that beach right there, and you'll catch yourself a spot fin croaker if you can make a long cast and find some sandworms or buy some worms there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. It'll make all the difference in the world. Don't go anywhere. We're going to run the El Patron Calico Bass Trip coming up next. Once again, I'm hoping that I'm in the middle of an incredible bite right now because I'm actually not here in the studio as you're watching this on Thursday morning. I'm actually out on the Amigo with Captain Mark Paisano, and a great bunch of guys, including Joe Martinez and Steve and Dave, so many others who've shown up for this magnificent trip. I'll keep you in touch with all the latest. That video is going to roll up next. Don't forget to give us a like, share these videos, tick the bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. And of course, make sure you leave a comment down below. Also, on October the 20th, we sail on board the beautiful, the one and only, the Independence. The last time I looked, we had 13 spaces available, and now it's down to 8. So, IndependenceSportFishing.com. Grab one of those last few spots. Join us for that 5-day trip. I'll be there shooting video and eating ribeye steaks. That's for sure. All right, my friends, always great to spend time with you. Coming up next, that Calico Bass trip on board the El Patron out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. Beautiful weather for the next 48 hours. It looks really good, and the fish are not only voluminous, or as Mike would have me say, copious. They're not only copious amounts, but they are biting, and they're biting the 40-pound. Have a great morning, my friends, and as always, I hope to see you really, really soon. Operates out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. She focuses her efforts on the best possible adventure for each and every one of you. Whether it's tuna, yellowtail, rockfish, calico bass, or some other great species in Southern California, the El Patron and her great crew will put you in the action every single time. Check her out by calling 310-832-8304 and get on the El Patron. Hey everybody, welcome on board the El Patron out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. Our destination today is Catalina Island. It's a Freedman Adventures special trip where we are going to focus on calico bass on the backside of the island. That required choosing a really good hot bait and casting that bait back into the kelp where those calico bass live. Chauncey's getting ready to drop the anchor. We're getting ready to take on some calico bass. Beautiful.
Who caught this? Get this picture.
Look at that bass. See that, man?
Nice fish.
Good job.
Darn, that's beautiful.
I think it's you on the kelp now?
Nice bass. Good job, Terrence. You're on this.
That one's cheaper. What number?
7.
Jillian.
Oh, sheepin.
Nice go. Pretty darn good fish in here. John, what do we got going on here? Laddie. Gonna be a little short, but there's certainly a lot of different stuff biting here, man.
That's a little man.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a little one. Down here.
He's still trying to chomp it down.
Oh, sir, that looks like a bass, but smaller.
Yeah. Only short on one side.
That's a nice fish.
Daddy? Guys, watch yourselves.
Jump to the left, gentlemen.
Whoa, another nice bass. Wow.
That's 3.
Terrence. Darn. I saw where you're casting. You're casting way back in there, aren't you?
Right into the kelp. Middle
Yeah.
of the kelp.
That was a good
Gorgeous.
Look, mine's better.
11.
Wow.
Oh, another, that may be a keeper. For you, yes. Oh, no, it might be a keeper.
Are you getting bites back here? Dude?
Yeah. Way to go. Same one I caught last time.
Nice.
Nice.
I see out of pictures, I'm ugly.
Wow, what's wrong with you? That's a good bass. Good job.
4. That's 14. Terrence.
Man, you got 4?
I guess so.
Man, good job.
Oh, you got. Looks like a barracuda.
Whoa, look at that. John,
There you go.
you told me to wait. You weren't messing around.
Let's get on this side.
Nice going.
Hi, Dad.
Looks like it's a keeper.
Should have came.
Oh, no, I've been off.
Mac.
Sebastian!
Wanna hold him? Right on, dude.
Hey, Sebastian! Very good, man. Nice fish. John, you're on for
Down. Listen, I'm not legal. Let me go.
Sebastian! Limits a sheep's head. Woo! Good job, dude.
Strip of bait.
Good job, man. Woo!
Up and over. Get him on this side. Now.
Jillian, good job.
There you go.
Beautiful. Nice fish. We're loving it. Chauncey, what do you
job.
think? Good stuff,
Limits
right?
the sheep head.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Doble sheep's head.
Great fishing.
Dos viejas. Woo! Another vieja. Pescando por viejas con el gringo.
See?
I can't even see your fish with that dumb hat on. There you go. It's rewarded by a fish. Chauncey
Hey.
and Dan. Nice. Whoa, nice bass, Robert.
Wow.
Good job, buddy. Woo, another one. Got a marlin tailing right here. Brian saw it, pointed it out. Good eyes, Brian.
Give it a shot. We'll throw a little bit of bait and see if we can't catch one or two of these things.
It never ceases to amaze me how beautiful and remote the backside of Catalina Island truly is. Nice, Robert. Good job.
Thank you.
You a nice fish. Beautiful. Woo! Very cool. Woo! Nice. Loving it. Oh, guys, but
What the hell? He wasn't in there yesterday.
a bass, and it's another nice one. Wow, Terrence. First.
On the elk.
Pura?
Take that one, dude. That's a nice fish.
Oh, you know. Hopefully it's good.
I'm counting on you.
Hey!
Oh, I love it. Wow.
I'll just trade him a sheephead for his big calico.
19.
Very cool.
Coming in.
I know.
He agreed. Off the spit, right?
Not. Oh, it's a she.
Yeah, it's a she.
Awful. In attitude. That's why it was so hard to catch.
Keep reeling. Keep reeling.
You get to the kelp.
I don't know.
Get him.
Wow. Sebastian. Check that out. Let me see that. That is such a great bass. Woo, nice. Good job. I'm loving that. That is one nice bass. Wow. Big smile out of him because he just got another nice fish. Great job, Sebastian.
Your dad said it, right? Yeah. Might make it.
Hey, right here. Turn this way. Nice fish.
Nice goal.
Good job.
Good.
Beautiful.
It's always a good day when you got bass, though.
John, nice, man. A couple of really cool groupers. Nice grouper, man. That thing's
My season.
There you go, buddy. That's the way you like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see that thing. All right, go ahead, bite that thing. I want a close up of that. Boat burger. How's that, Chauncey?
El Patron.
Man, does that boat burger look good or what? What a great trip on the El Patron. The bass came out to play in some absolutely gorgeous weather. It was sunny and warm, and the backside of Catalina Island is such a delight to fish. It's so remote, so beautiful. It truly is an angling adventure. But more than anything, it was the people who came out on this great trip. They were so kind, so generous, such a pleasure to spend time with. I got to make new friends, renew old friendships, and the crew on board the El Patron, well, they were fantastic. The food in the galley, absolutely delicious. Chauncey was so entertaining, and Will was on deck working his tail off and putting us on fish all day long. Great times on the El Patron, and I truly can't wait to do it again. Hey, make sure you give this video a like, share it with a friend. We truly appreciate that. Subscribe to Friedman Adventures and make sure you tick the bell so you'll be notified when there is new content. And, of course, get on the El Patron out of 22nd Street Landing.